Good morning, happy Sunday. I am I'm reading from John chapter 8. But before I dig into reading some of it to you, I was just pondering the American culture. We are a beautifully diverse country, and there are cultures that have been brought here from home, from the home of the immigrants who have come here to live as families, as communities. I've noticed something that those cultures have that the American culture doesn't seem to have, at least not right now. It's a culture of togetherness. It's a culture of sticking together within the family unit, intergenerational, just connection. I see it in many, many, many cultures who have come here to America. Unfortunately, I'm thinking about the American culture and how we are not quite that way. I know the last few years have been hard and families have struggled. And furthermore, the older generations and the younger generations aren't quite seeing eye to eye. And the more I dig into that, I'm kind of thinking that Americans might have a culture of isolation and orphans, so to speak. Family members aren't sticking with their families, and of course, that's not every family. In my own family dynamic, we have, my grandparents have passed away, but we had connection through the generations. But it just seems as though everyone is kind of out to, do what's best for them. And a lot of times when you're trying to do what's best for you personally, sometimes family structures suffer as a result. So I'd encourage you today and over the next week maybe to just look into your family dynamic. If your grandparents are still living, how often are you reaching out to them? How often are you seeing them? If your parents are still living, how often are you reaching out to them and how often are you seeing them? Siblings, cousins, nieces, nephews, how often are you seeing them? And just give some thought to that and pray over it and see if maybe some changes can be made, because was it Mother Teresa who said, if you want to make a difference in the world, you'll go home and love your family. Family should come before friends, and I know that many families would feel as though that is just not possible. There's just hurtful dysfunction, and I'm not discrediting that, and I don't think that this is an encouragement to dig in deeply to trying to solve your family's dysfunction. But what I'm saying is I've just noticed a vast difference between the American culture and the other cultures who have immigrated here, that I get the joy of, sharing park time with them. And just in our communities alone, I notice a lot of togetherness, and it goes through the generations. So that's just something that I've noted. And now what I want to do is I want to tie in the reading that I did today, which is from John 8. It's one subtitle is "The Truth Will Set You Free," and the next subtitle is "You Are of Your Father the Devil." So I'm thinking I'll do a quick little summary now of the fact that I think my mind was going towards families and culture because of this reading. I'll tie it all in once I'm done reading. I hope you can hear me. My little guy is playing in the other room. So John 8 starts with verse 31. So Jesus said to the Jews who had believed him, "If you abide in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." They answered him, "We are offspring of Abraham and have never been enslaved to anyone. How is it that you say you will become free?" Jesus answered them, "Truly, truly, I say to you, everyone who practices sin is a slave to sin. The slave does not remain in the house forever. The son remains forever. So if the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. I know that you are offspring of Abraham, yet you seek to kill me because my word finds no place in you. I speak of what I have seen with my father, and you do what you have heard from your father." They answered him, "Abraham is our father." Jesus said to them, "If you were Abraham's children, you would be doing the works Abraham did. But now you seek to kill me, a man who has told you the truth that I heard from God. This is not what Abraham did. You are doing the works your father did." They said to him, "We were not born of sexual immorality. We have one Father, even God." Jesus said to them, "If God were your Father, you would love me, for I come from God, and I am here." "I came not of my own accord, but he sent me. Why do you not understand what I say? It is because you cannot bear to hear my word. You are of your father the devil, and your will is to do your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning and does not stand in the truth, because there is no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks out of his own character, for he is a liar and the father of lies. But because I tell the truth, you do not believe me. Which one of you convicts me of sin? If I tell you the truth, why do you not believe me? Whoever is of God hears the words of God. The reason why you do not hear them is that you are not of God." So I'm going to wrap this up quickly because my phone storage is running low again. Ultimately, I want to encourage you to zoom out zoom out into the big picture. The big picture is the fact that every single family has different challenges. Every single family has different dysfunctions. Every single family has bondage from past generations that's been, brought down to them. Ultimately, God is our Father, and we want to do things that are His way versus the ways of the world. And tying that into community and culture, I think the way that we live is very much what our culture is. So again, just an encouragement to pray through these things. Maybe go back and read John 8 again for yourself, and just think about the big picture. The big picture is that God is our Father, and we are called into a community of other believers. So pray about it and see, if anything needs to change or if anything's going to change as you continue to pray about it. Have a great Sunday. I'll see you soon.